Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Be Inspired. Be Inspired is a video series I've been doing where I'm interviewing women that are making a difference with their gifts and their talents to help others live better. And it is my joy this morning to introduce you all to Lori Koors. We were introduced to each other actually by a man in another networking group, a health and wellness group that we were in. And I was having a one-on-one with him and he said, "Do you know Lori Koors?" He goes, "I really think you two need to connect." So we owe our connection to Brett Oakley, and he's just a wonderful human. And so I'm just thrilled to have Lori here and have her tell you her story and how she's making a difference. So Lori, go ahead. Welcome. I'm glad you're here, and tell us a little bit about you.
Well, thank you so much, Liz, for having me here and letting me share a little bit of my story. And so I was actually born and raised here in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know if there's any other Buckeye fans out there. We're a little bit crazy, but I went to Ohio State, and my whole family did, actually, except my daughter. And I've also lived in two other cities here in Ohio. I lived in Dayton for about 4 years, and Cleveland area for 5. So I've kind of toured the whole state. I've gotten a lot of education on that. Great state. I'm the oldest of 2 girls growing up, and I was pretty much a typical oldest child. The rule follower, the academic as best I could be, and I have 2 children, Miranda, who's 24, and Zach, who's 27, and they're both married. My gosh, they're both married. Exciting. They both have dogs. So I have grand dogs, and
no grandbabies yet. No grandbabies yet.
No grandbabies yet.
Okay.
Right.
They're still young.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, and my whole family's here. So just very, very blessed.
Yes, that, having family close is so wonderful. My mom and stepdad just live 3 miles from me. My dad and his wife live in California, but we Zoom every week. And my sister also lives in Australia. So we're spread out, but thank goodness for this technology, because we can stay very connected, and keep in touch with each other. So and also just about Columbus or the whole Ohio area. I spent a lot of time in Columbus, Ohio when I was in the horse business. There's a big horse show that's there. And so 3 weeks in October every year for I don't know how many years showing there. So I have a soft spot for Ohio and Columbus. So anyway, well, I know that I've learned a little bit about your story, Lori, but it's just so interesting. So if you please start with telling us that, look, definitely, I know that you did have a life event that did kind of direct you into your passion of coaching now. So let's tell our audience a little bit about your journey.
Yes, I'll try to keep it as streamlined as possible. There's a lot of moving parts. You know how in life, whether it's relationship wise or health wise or whatever, I feel like a lot of times it's a culmination of a lot of things going on in your life. It finally kind of just surfaces, like maybe a relationship is having trouble for years, and it finally, or you have underlying health symptoms, and it, explodes into something. Well, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2000, and my kids were young, I think kindergarten, 3rd grade, something like that. I was a stay-at-home mom. And what happened was, looking back, I wasn't in nutrition school or anything like that back then. And what happened, I think, was, with the knowledge I have, is I was, this young mother staying at home, and I was like snacking after the kids. And, you just do so much mindless eating. You give them some goldfish and you have a little, and and I was feeling frumpy, and I was gaining in the middle, and I thought, oh, I just don't feel like myself at all. I feel yucky. And so I put myself on this kind of crash diet. I thought, well, of course, we all want to lose weight quickly, right? It's just our nature. We want everything right now. So I put myself on this kind of low carb diet. But what happened was, now I can see hindsight, was very high inflammatory. So I was drinking, I don't know, 3, 4 diet sodas a day. I have been doing that for a while anyway. And then I thought, oh, low carb, kind of higher fat, red meat. I never eat red meat. I mean, not never, but I don't eat a lot of red meat. So I thought, oh, this is an excuse to have roast beef and all this stuff. Well, very high inflammatory. So anyway, after months and months of doing that, I got this eye symptom, and that, going to the eye doctor, they started asking me scary questions about, see, do you have diabetes in your family? No, and all kinds of things. I thought, this is not good. And then that started clearing up, and I got very tip of the finger started to get numb. And I would say within a week, it was my whole left arm, my whole left trunk got numb. And the tingling got so intense that after a while, I could hardly move my left hand. Like to pick something up, I had to really concentrate to pick something up. Luckily, I'm right-handed. Thank goodness. So anyway, all of that led to a diagnosis of MS, and I was scared. And so instead of, I don't know where this came from, but I was scared, but instead of letting that paralyze me too much, I said, well, even though the doctor said that diet and what I drink and eat doesn't matter, I knew it did. I knew I was not eating and drinking the way I should. Mm-hmm. So I went to the bookstore the next day, got a book called The MS Diet. It was by Dr. Swank. It's old information, but I followed it almost to a T because I was scared. And
motivator.
It's a motivator, right? So, and I always tell people it's so much easier to avoid these things if you can, then letting something like that motivate you, right?
Yes.
But anyway, so between changing my diet, I just changed my whole lifestyle. I was like, this is not happening to me. And like we were talking earlier, I said, out of nowhere, I'm in the laundry room by myself. And I just said, I was kind of mad. And I said, I'm going to baffle the doctors one day. And I did not understand the power of my words. I didn't understand what I was doing. It was a good thing. And, I reduced my stress, started eating better, got movement, just everything. I went from drinking diet soda to unsweet tea and water and that kind of thing. So I really did a 180 and just got healthy, really mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Yeah. And where I'm at today, that's why I coach people. That's my heart. That's where I'm coming from.
Right. Well, I just love that. And it is amazing, I think, how many, how people, I know for myself, stepping back is I look at, how I treat my body now in the last, good, really since 2002, but right before I started my chef business. And I think back about what an amazing machine our bodies are, because I just look at how I treated my body prior to that. And I think, boy, I'm glad that I have the health I have, but there's some people that if they had maybe watched it back in their 30s and really paid attention, that then they would have better health into their 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond. So I'm just like you, it's just encouraging people to try to avoid and do what you can to prevent disease.
Yeah. And I would encourage people, it's never too late to
exactly.
It's never too late. I don't care if you're 80 years old. It is never too late to make simple changes.
Yes. And starting with those little changes and not expecting the quick fix for some, why our human nature wants, like everything you said, everything right now, instead of just realizing it is a process and embracing the process, giving just taking that little bits at a time and, surrounding yourself also with people that are knowledgeable and that can, I know for me, it's been a game changer. People like you and, everybody that I surround myself with now is just so brilliant and just supportive, really.
Motivating and supportive. Yeah.
Very motivating. Yes, very motivating.
Mhm.
Well, I think that is so great. And you do your business, is it, I know that you've said it's a lot around emotional eating, or is there like a little of a niche that you're also helping people with within your business of coaching?
Yeah, I think I feel like any business evolves, after you start seeing clients or whatever your business is, you kind of start seeing a specific need. And for me, I feel like people are, yeah, it was emotional eating. It's not disordered eating, but it's just that emotional, like, oh, I'm lonely, I'm
Right.
bored, look in the
Yes.
refrigerator.
Yeah.
What we do. I'm stressed out. Oh, work has just been so crazy today. I deserve
Right.
ice cream.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so it's just stopping and being aware of when we're in those emotional states, what are some tools and strategies we can use instead
Yeah.
to kind of stop us in our tracks and say, what's going on right now? And meal planning is huge.
Yes.
Meal planning, having healthy foods on hand, so you don't have to eat out and get pizza.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Well, this has been great. Now, what if you had three things that could help our audience, that could help them live better? What would those three key points be from you, Lori?
Oh, sure. I would say the first one is watch falling into the trap of a dieting mindset, wanting a quick fix. Just really, as you can see, it didn't work for me very well. Diets might work for some people, but I have found if you're an emotional eater, diet is not going to work because it's not dealing with the why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so just watch falling into that. It's creating a balanced lifestyle where you're managing stress, you're getting in movement, you're surrounding yourself with good people who are lifting you up. Of course, healthy eating, it's the whole shebang.
Right. Perfect.
And that is what is going to make your changes last.
Yes. Good.
Yeah. Finding something you enjoy. Number two, I would say your words matter. Your words have power. So I don't know how many times you guys, I have to watch myself too. And I have friends who say, did you hear what you just said?
Right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I did, didn't I? So even like with my business, I speak life into it, into my clients, into my job, into my health. And so into my children, my relationships. And so I would just say, watch your words, have somebody else keep you accountable. So a lot of times don't we say like, oh, I'm just so sick and tired of this and that. And that's like a classic. Well, how's anything going to change if you're always sick and tired of being sick and tired or of a certain situation? So sometimes what I have suggested is write down on a piece of paper, like on one side, write down the negative statement you keep hearing yourself say, and then write down on the other side, write the antidote, write the opposite. I often say I am healthy from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. Something good is going to happen to me and through me today. Right. Things like that. And you're actually going to feel your whole body and mind shift.
Great. Lori, this has been fabulous. I've just loved this being with you. And when we're finished here, then I will post everyone in the chat box there a way to get a hold of Lori. And I know that she would be delighted to visit with you. You can reach out to her if you'd like to learn more about how she's helping others live better. So Lori, thank you so much. And I will see you again soon, I'm sure, my friend. And everybody have a wonderful day. We will catch up again soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Lori. Bye-bye.